right, let's see what's going on here. I guess we on. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a pleasure having you in. I go by the name of L'Esprit. I am a spiritual healer. And technically, as a spiritual healer, what I do is that I help people to become in alignment with the person that they are. I help you to become healed, to become whole. It's pretty much the same idea of mind, body, and soul, meaning at this point, having those different aspects of you coming together or being in harmony, the yin and the yang, that's pretty much what this whole thing is all about. However, for you to attain to that level, or even for you to reach that level, it's important for you to understand you have to master both your emotions and also your intellect. But for you to master anything, yeah, I mean, how do you master anything if you don't know how it works? So therefore, you would need to understand. I help you to understand how your emotions are being created, and in addition to that, for you to also understand your emotional patterns, and from that pattern now, then to identify your blockages. And that's technically what healing the wounded child is all about. But anyway, I'm getting way ahead of myself here. Make a long story short, as a spiritual healer, I help you to master your emotions and your intellect, so that way they come together, because they can only come together by you mastering both of them, and that's the alignment. The whole idea of mind, body, and soul, they all become one. That's what I do now. If you're coming back, you already know. It's always a pleasure to have you back. You already know. You know what I do here, so let's get busy, baby. Let's get busy. Now, if this is your first time here, or even when you come back, I love to emphasize, I feel like I need people to understand what spirituality is, or at least from my perspective. Because as a spiritual healer, spirituality is the tool that I use, right? But most importantly, you know, um, most people, when it comes to spirituality, they think it's something that's outside of them, meaning it wouldn't be anything that would be part of their day to day life. It would have to be, if there's something sacred, that's how you'll see you go to church on Sunday, and then you got the rest of the day. I mean, the rest of the week. So within that week, it's like that life and the church life. It's like it's separated. That's how most people see it. Then again, you have other people now who's looking at it as this is just religion. People who go to church, then you're talking about spirituality. You know what I'm saying? I guess the upper, class or echelon or whatever the fuck, right? Then now they tell you spirituality, it's just, belief systems. I say personally, I agree with all of them except the first one, right? But regardless of what it comes down to, spirituality, it's us. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, and if you, I mean, look at it this way: to Indians, Jesus means nothing, or it doesn't have to be Indians. What I'm trying to say is, someone from a different culture, Jesus has no meaning for her. So, in other words, what I'm trying to tell you is, or what I'm truly telling you, is that Jesus only valuable because you value it. So therefore, there's no Jesus without you. I mean, I'm taking it to up to up to a notch here for a second. And that's the true meaning. That's pretty much being able to see the veil. So now I'm trying to get you to see through the veil by me telling you, you validate Jesus, which is true. Without you, there's no Jesus, bro. Just like for somewhere else, Jesus means nothing. Your Jesus means nothing somewhere else. Just like whatever their God is, let's just say Kali or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, or Ganesha may not mean anything to you if you don't know what the fuck you don't value it. Literally, you don't value it. Meanwhile, this motherfuckers may be ready to die for it. Do you see what I'm saying? So my point is, again, you know, whichever way you want to describe it, it still comes from us because we created religion. Our understanding, even us saying that, okay, it's something that's outside of us. But guess who's saying that though? It's all, again, it's you. I want you to keep that in mind too, because that's gonna be the foundation for the next conversation. As if you're looking at the title, I have a couple things in mind, so I'm not gonna say it. But keep that in mind because this is gonna relate very much to our main topic for tonight. hmm So, therefore, spirituality cannot be anything outside of you because you created everything or you validate everything. When you go to someone else, you're trying to preach them Jesus, you want them to accept your God. You want them to value what you value. Again, it's all us. So when we really talking about spirituality, it's nothing but the story of you. Now at this point, you have something called the occult or the mystery schools, the sacred texts, the occultist, all of these things. These motherfuckers are nothing but scientists or cranks, psychology. I mean, the thing with the occult, there are doctors, there are all of that and more. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a fucking occultist. It's a fucking psychologist, man, and more psychologist because we even us doing our shadow work. Guess what do you think the shadow work is? This is it's therapeutic, bro. This is you self-assessing your own self. You got to have self-knowledge to actually do that. So therefore, I'm saying this to say, so when we're talking about the occult now, it's what the occult is. It helps you to get yourself better by providing you, occult information, meaning things that you don't look at, things that you do not see, things you're not conscious of, that is in the darkness because you're not conscious of it. You're out of ignorance. So the occult is simply, giving you a better understanding of who you are. It's not against you. It's not outside of you. It's no fucking mystery, but the mystery of understanding what the fuck the shit is, which is simply that. So the occult pretty much tells you, give you a better meaning of your life, or give you a deeper understanding of your regular life. That's why you'll see they tell you have a conscious mind, you have a subconscious mind. These things are that's what the occult is dealing with the hidden culture, pretty much the hidden side of you, meaning the side that you mean. I mean, I personally, I don't like the word because it's not really hidden, but I understand what they mean by fucking hidden. Not hidden in a way that is being kept away from you, but hidden in the sense of you got to look for it, you got to find it. You find the truth, you find yourself. That's the process. That's what the work is. But to find you, you have to start a journey. You got to be self-devoted. Now you get to know the self, and that's the pretty much that's what the journey is all about. Until now, you become the self. Then at this point, you become the Christ, the Buddha, the illuminated one, the enlightened one, the shiny one, the bright one. Now you become that living mind that you truly are. But anyway, I don't want to get too much because this is deep in its fucking self. So pretty much, you know, spirituality is just your life, man. It's not outside of you. It's you taking a shit. It's you walking around. It's you doing everything. And guess what? When you study the fucking occult, when they telling you about healing your wounded child, we're talking about early hurtful emotions that you did not heal. And healing means pretty much, transmuting that emotion. You have to communicate with it. You have to acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? You're bringing reason as the adult now to your emotions, those early ones. You were disappointed. Guess what? Whoever raped you didn't know any better. But you know what? It's okay. That was then. This is now. And we understand for any of us to get better here, we gotta let that go. Whatever the fuck that was. But the underlying message here to heal that wounded child is just you acknowledging those early emotions. So again, therapists, man, like we fucking shrinks. And more. The more aspect of it now, I'm getting way ahead of myself here, but this is a whole conversation in itself. And that's the beauty of understanding what spirituality is. And not only that, you being in touch with the true spirit that you are, then you see it all around you. It's crazy. But anyway, I mean, it's beautiful. It's nothing. Well, it's crazy good. Now, to get to what we're going to be talking about, I was actually inspired to talk about, this conversation tonight because, I talked about change a little bit. In my last recording, I was talking about our understanding of immortality. Do you see what I'm saying? It comes from, okay, let let's start this way. The average men or the average people pretty much relate to life only through their senses. Therefore, they don't see anything beyond, it's just the material world. So when you look at life from that perspective, it comes with a certain state of mind. Because when you don't see, I'll give you a perfect example. Like when I was talking about immortality, pretty much what our definition of it, we are resisting change. Because somehow, some way, in the European spirituality, change becomes something that is ridiculous. Anything that is change, there's change in it, it's fake, it's not good. So because you're looking at life that way, so your definition of immortality would be for you to never change, meaning to never die, because the true meaning of dying is truly transformation. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what nature shows us. That's why the true master, I don't want to get way ahead of myself here. God damn it. Mm, you know what I'm saying? So now there's a state of mind that comes with when you identify your life with only your senses. So for you, death is just a stop. It's a complete stop. It's over. It's done. However, in African spirituality, when we look at death, but in general, even when we look at nature, death is nothing but, or even growth for that matter. It's subjective, meaning you got to have a direct connection with it, and that's how you grow. In other words, you transform. I mean, like in other words, transformation is changing, bro. You see what I'm saying? Now let's just say hypothetically, and this is gonna be bullshit, but hey, it according to the Bible, right? Jesus didn't start his how do you call it, his mission until he was 33. What does that tell you, Nick? What was he doing before then? Changing, nigga. You know, man? Nigga was changing, man. You know what I'm saying? They had to take that part away, you know what I'm saying, to let you know this nigga just straight up, you know what I'm saying? I came here to do my father's business. All right, nigga. Nah, man. Jesus is everybody. You had to learn, man. You earn your stripes. Even before he started his mission, he was tested, right? 40 days and 40 nights. Come on, you got to put the work in. So all of these story, again, even those mythology, it's reflecting your story. So when we talk truly talking about spirituality, to get back to what I was saying before, it's nothing but your regular life. Nothing but your regular life, your mundane, day to day, regular day life. In fact, when you become spiritual, for you doing like the shadow work, that's you dealing with this shit. That's you going back to your past, forgiving other people. That's you having compassion for other motherfuckers because now you have transmuted certain energies. You healed yourself. You become more of a sane human being. Again, the purpose of spirituality is to make you a good fucking human being, a sane one. You have compassion. You love your brother just the way you love yourself. Why? Because you see connection. You see a divine unity between you and him. So you call him brother. And the monks do the same thing. Namaste. From the God within me to the God in you. Even if you don't know who you are. Come on, man. This is again for the elders. This is on a whole different level here. That's why for me, I always say everybody's doing God's work, but they're doing it in different degrees. Because when you really look at it, everybody, regardless of how fucked up their information may be, their intent, is to help. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? I can't understand how people even fake to be doing this type of information. You see what I'm saying? Which is anyway. You know what I'm saying? How do you fake talk about spirituality, bro? Like that's crazy. But that's what I've been seeing around me though. I gotta navigate through y'all motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. That's how y'all giving it up. But anyway, to get back to what I was talking about too, man. So now we're talking about death is nothing. So now you even in life, not even in life, nature shows teach us, you know, the science of the breath, inhale and exhale. You cannot hold on to anything. A lot of people who resist change, you don't grow. You're being held behind because they're all afraid of what the European calls ego death, but it's not truly an ego death. It's an individual transformation. There's a difference between your ego, but that's a whole different conversation. I already talk about that shit. But again, I guess I may as well talk about it because I guess in the conscious community, everything that happens, anything wrong is your fucking ego. It's like, God damn, like, is that the only word y'all niggas know? You know what I'm saying? Ego, ego, ego for everything. You know what I'm saying? It's the one key that opened up all the doors, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Kill your ego, you're good. Wow. Anyway, I'm wilding. Yeah, a bunch of bullshit out here, man. It's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Do the shit from the heart, man. The fuck? But anyway, okay, so, well, come on. So then, shit, I'll give you another one. You know how, even your caviar, whatever the fuck, your $500 lobster that you eat, you gotta shit it. Like it's gotta go out. Whatever that comes in, gotta go. Like you cannot hold on to anything. See, when Bruce Lee said to be water or be like water, that was a fully loaded statement. You know what I'm saying? That's not resisting change. Like he didn't say it that way, but he was saying like water takes the form of whatever, I mean, I can't recall whatever the fuck he said, but technically, if you put a water in a cup, you put it in a different whatever thing that you have to hold it, it's gonna take, what I'm saying, it's gonna take that form pretty much. That's the way he was saying. But what I'm saying is by that being a fully loaded statement, because I mean, I felt like shit. I mean, hey, I guess he fucking introduced it, so I might as well jump on it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty of it too. It's not to resist change. The mystery of life is to grow, is to keep growing. Because if you truly understand the meaning of death, then you see death is nothing but transformation of your individuality. I mean, what separate a man from a boy is a state of mind and a different set of action. So that state of mind, I mean, you cannot be thinking like that little boy, right? So you have to transform. Those are death. Because death is simply to live one form of life to go to another. That's why we say our people transition, meaning they left one place, they transition into another. If that's not immortality in itself, you know what I'm saying? You tell me what that shit is. Because the other way around, when you're resisting change, there's no growth. So therefore, your meaning of what immortality is, it's one-sided. It's short-sighted. So when you're looking at life from your senses only, your perception is limited. That's why in African spirituality, you don't separate the physical from the spiritual. They come together, and that's what the harmony is. You'll see that form of harmony everywhere. We call it ma'at. We call it the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. It takes different form. There's a whole bunch of orgies around you. You are surrounded by orgies. So then you see, like, when you understand what growth is or what death is, it's nothing but growth. That's why in life we go through so many deaths. From a little boy, now you learn how to build a character. I mean, you're still playful. I mean, it's not like you completely dead. See, people who do not, who resisting change, that's that, they don't want to, for lack of better terms, they don't want to have that ego death. But that ego death, if you want to use that word, it didn't really kill you. You transform. And that's what death is. You know what how they say what doesn't kill you make you stronger? Nah, niggas, what kills you that makes you stronger. Because your death is your transformation. It's what truly kills you that helps you to grow, man. Is that mistake that you fucking made. Is you stepping on the wrong person. That's gonna wake your ass up. Mm-hmm. So again, so now you see like our input. I mean, shit. Transformation is everything. So now you also see transformation doesn't really mean like an ego death, like you completely dead. Even when you're saying, you know what, I used to have an ego, I don't have it anymore. You're not dead. You transform. What you're truly saying is maybe you have a better understanding on yourself. When you say you humble yourself, you master, it's part of you working on yourself. You're just getting there. You're just doing it like backwards, though. You're doing it backwards because you're looking at it sideways. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, to get back to what I was saying, you know what I'm saying? I want some bullshit. Shit, what the fuck was I talking about? Right. But anyway, the beauty of this conversation too, we could go in so many different ways with this. Again, transformation, death. So when that's why they tell you the true master, you know, no, they call it the great initiation. That's what they call it. I'm getting in my occult mood right now. Because I have successfully combined the two. You know what I'm saying? I understand the words got to be made flesh. And that's what the occult is helping you to do, giving you those manual for you to materialize your spirituality, being that living mind, because there's no such thing as material in itself. But we're talking about vibration. In this 3D, well, therefore you are manifesting this. You're pulling it into the 3D. So again, when we're talking about it's all us, man. It's your creation, baby. We give meaning to life. Like I was saying, Jesus wouldn't mean anything if you didn't agree to it. Someone with a different religion, with a different background, does not agree to your Jesus. That's why they tell you one man's God is another one devil's. However the fuck you want to say it. So I'm trying to say to show you it is us, man. It's us. I mean, regardless of which side you pick, that's good. It doesn't make it less you, nigga. It's you, and then you pick a side. You pick a side. That's it. You just pick the side. Yeah, the power is yours. You do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? Even in your ignorance. You know what I'm saying? That's why we say namaste. I acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're stupid, man, I still love you. You feel me? I just do it. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why even if you're looking at in society, we create those basketball games, right? That people have to go through. We give a meaning to life. That's why life is subjective. You see what I'm saying? And I think I was talking about that in one of my recordings. Life is what you make it. Everything around you. Look at it, the Grammy Award, all of those shows. We created those shows. We are giving meanings to our life. You go to movies, you work, you also know you got a party. It's you. Right. Do you see what I'm saying? So understand this. That's why you cannot get rid of your individuality, because it is your, if you want to call it ego, it's your ego that's defining your world. Well, it's not really the ego in that sense, because you guys have a fucked up understanding of what the ego is. But I mean, it's like the better I am, what I like, my individuality, my gift, what I like, my way of doing things. I love watch. Let me build some watch, whatever the fuck I'm creating, because I like it and I'm pretty good at it. The better I get at it, the better I make my environment. My environments become like, I mean, shit. I mean, whether you like it or not, Steve Jobs make the world a better place, nigga. By saying a better place, understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It ain't like shit, you know what I'm saying? We got computers now and everything's good. That's not what I'm trying to say. God damn, nigga, like life changed. No, no, no. Relax, relax. Making the world a better place, and that's what niggas are trying. That's the understanding of it too. I'm giving you the meaning of what making the world a better place. But what I'm trying to say is by him doing what he did, it contributed to humanity, to all of us. That's why your individuality matters. Because the better you are at what you like, what you do, you make the community better. So to better serve the community, you got to serve yourself first. You got to become the master at yourself. Like the shit that I'm doing now for me to give you these tools, baby. Listen, man. Can I tell you how beautiful I am? If I gotta say it, I don't think you'll believe me. I want you to believe me, so I'm not gonna say it, motherfucker. It's all around you. You know what? Shit, you tell me what side I look better on. You know what I mean? Come on, that's just the way it goes. And that's also a law, by the way, and that's what it means. Especially, let's just say this is your first time hearing some spiritual shit, or if you heard when they talk about spiritual laws, that's what that shit is. It's a code. You want this, you got to do that. That's what that is. You want love, love yourself. You want success, you do this. Whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? It's you have to become very good at you. You gotta master yourself. You gotta focus, dedication, all that shit. That's a better you. There's no better outcome without a better you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you motherfuckers are trying to cheat. You're cheating yourself. Stop. You're cheating yourself. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? When will you fucking learn? You're cheating yourself. When you try to trap a nigga, what? The fuck is that? For what? You hurting yourself. You see what I'm saying? You don't do something you love. You hurting yourself. You're gonna be with somebody having a motherfucker sleeping next to you and you're not in love with this motherfucker? You hurting yourself again. You know what I'm saying? Is that what you're calling strong? You know what I'm saying? Because people say, "I love is strong." I mean, which is weak. Is that what you're calling weak? And then you being strong by not being you? Damn. Okay. A lot of us are cheating ourselves, man. And again, I talk about this in my Patreon too, because I give you the foundation for you to understand, even in society, from the time you were, you know, being conditioned, it was you were taught not to embrace who you are. You see what I'm saying? Then you living in a society where people now becoming people pleaser. And loving yourself and being a people pleaser, they don't go hand in, they can't go together. They do not go together. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's like lemon and fucking milk, nigga. That shit don't go together at all. You don't mix those two up. Well, you never know. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Shit, maybe I should try that. But you know what I'm saying? They're opposite. Not even on the same. They're not on the same track. You know what I'm saying? They don't do the same thing at all. Different state of mind. That's why people who love who they are, meaning you love the divine qualities in you, then when you do that, that's what you look for. But if you're somebody who only identify yourself with only your senses, that's why you become selfish. Because now you do things for personal gain, disregarding how, what I'm saying, in spite of I'm saying, you don't give a fuck who you stepping on. That's your personal gain. Now it becomes a game, it's a competition. Who gets the most? And then at the end of the day, it's business. So a bunch of business motherfuckers out there. Y'all open for business, huh? Y'all got the business. I got it. I got it. Y'all got the business. A lot of y'all got the business out there. You know. So going back to us giving meaning to life, if you understand that alone, oh my God, then you approaching life like a boss now, from the true creator that you are, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's kind of that, and then you realize it's regular, man. That's yeah, that's who I am. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Yes, yeah. You dialed the wrong. I mean, the right number. Yeah, you nailed that one. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Again, becoming flown with life, because the mystery of life, pretty much, and the true master too. Then when you understand that, right? So I was talking about the great initiation. Pretty much once you start looking at life beyond the senses only, then you understand its transformation. Then you understand the true meaning of death and life. Death and life goes hand in hand. Birth and death goes hand in hand. So then if you truly understand life, then that's what you see. Everything goes up, it goes down. You know what I'm saying? You inhale, exhale. You know what I'm saying? You eat, you shit. Like you cannot hold on to anything. It's a complete change. That's why the Buddhists they talk about non-attachment. That's what that shit it means. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean not to have a beautiful car or to have a beautiful car. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? See right there, you flowing. Okay? You're not attached to anything. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let go at any given time. You gotta let go. That's the growth. Being water is to be non-resistant. You take the form of whatever, like a holder. I mean, whatever the recipient is. That's you know what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. And that's what we see even in this life. The '90s were a fucking era. Well, it's no longer the '90s anymore, is it? How do you think would life be better if we stay in the fucking '90s forever, man? Do you see what I'm saying? And every era is gonna have, something you may call good, something you may call bad. So I'm showing you, even in nature, when we talk about the '70s, that's why the wise men learn from nature, and we understand it all connected. The wisdom we learn in nature, those are the same wisdom that we can also apply in our lives. As it is within, so it is without. A lot of our ancestors understand to worship nature, meaning to have a connection to understand it. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's it's you, man. I'm saying. So when you start looking at things that way, then it gives you a different perspective on life, more of a broader perspective. That's what they call now you being born again. You're seeing the physical and more. And that's what the true occultist does. We understand the connection between the visible and the invisible. And for you to change, you got to have that inner development. And that's what allows you to see better on the outside. As it is within, so it is without. To the pure, all is pure. Do you see what I'm saying? Again, we are the creator of our lives. We're giving meaning to it. So now to get back to us giving meaning to it. So the better we are, the we're gonna have, like when you look at, because the Egyptians were better at who they were, they left us a fucking legacy, nigga. The better you are, the better you do. That's why you have to become the enlightened one. That's why, every era, what I'm saying, you shit, nigga. I'm making my own fucking, I am my fucking, what you call that? I'm making history over here, babe. That's how it is. Oh man, you got me talking about making history over here, babe. This is history itself. But the beauty of that comes in you getting into yourself. So the better you are, the better you make your environment. And we see that with the fucking Egyptians. We talk about their civilization. Well, guess in what state of mind they had to be in? When you reading like a nigga like fucking Tahuti, God, nigga, what state of mind this motherfucker had to be in? No wonder why they call him a god. That, you know what I'm saying? But what they truly saying is, you know what I'm saying? He truly, you know what I'm saying? He was connected. Even when they telling you his story on how, he was begging the god, he wanted to know the secrets and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just another form because you are Tahuti too. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you don't think you are, I know I am. And I couldn't validate him if I wasn't him. So again, death and birth is two sides of the same coin. that we call life. Side of the same coin, we call it life. Because life consists of up and down, low and high. That's what it is. So meaning constant changing. You know what I'm saying? So when we call such and such a retarded, or some we could say somebody stuck in the 80s, man. So what you're saying is he hasn't transformed. You see what I'm saying? Like how the fuck would I be 41 now and still acting like I was like fucking 15 or 16 or 21? Shit, even 39, nigga. I don't even act like I was 40. You know what I'm saying? I don't even act like I was 40. Shit, I don't even act like yesterday. It's all about keep getting up. It's all about making yourself better, which is looking good. You know what I'm saying? Still my beauty, man. I'm considered like a motherfucker. And no shame in my game. I'm a pretty boy, baby. Hmm. And I stand behind it. You know what I'm saying? Stand behind it, man. How else would you want to be look as? You know what I'm saying? Don't you want to look your best? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't be cheating yourself. So again, it's the occult pretty much is teaching you is that self love. What the fuck is this shit? It's pretty much telling you about the self love, you having a better understanding of yourself, you now becoming conscious of those invisible quality of yours. Another way of saying that your divine qualities, because you are the perfect union of man and God, or the father and son, however you like to call it. But again, I guess one of the main thing that I also want to talk about is that change isn't necessarily means it's a bad thing. In fact, to transform is to change. Well, not necessarily to change, but change is involved. Do you see what I'm saying? It's that's what, what I'm saying, being mature or growing up is. What I'm saying, not getting older. You see, there's a lot of motherfuckers who just get older. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker's just the same motherfucker he was when I was 21. Now you're 39. You're still the same motherfucker. God damn. I guess you keeping it real. Because niggas who keep it real never change. You know what I'm saying? When you're keeping it real, you're solid. Right? You're keeping it real, nigga. All right. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's just like people grow, we were kids, got older, now you become a parent, and then, what I'm saying? That's just what it is. That's that, what I'm saying? That's that constant change. From there, you evolve. But as this is happening on the physical plane, it's also happening in your mental plane. That's why when we talk about even growing up, I'm referring to your mental plane, your state of understanding, your state of mind, your maturity. So those same principles, all of these things are taking place on so many different levels. That's why the Kabbalion tells you, what I'm saying, they all shadow each other, like the physical plane, the mental plane, and the spiritual plane. It's all mental, but now they just vary in degrees. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why in this world, matter is not matter in itself. It's energy. It's condensed energy. It's still vibrating, but at the lowest of the lowest. So the importance of you becoming conscious in this life Now you have risen your vibration now. That's why, you know what I'm saying, you could be like, I'm in the kingdom of God right here and right now. You have transcended those worlds. That's how you become unconscious in this life. Now your heart, and say, weighs as light as a feather. You already done the work. That's what they call already done the work. Damn, nigga. So birth and death is nothing but two sides of the same coin, which is life. That's what we see all around us. To grow is to change. If change is not taking place, so change, there's nothing bad with fucking change, man, at all. As we see it all around us too. Even us spiritual masters, we say we transcend, don't we? But the word transcending means something, right? So, you know what I'm saying? It means something. This is us acknowledging our mental being risen to a higher level or our frequency. This is you admitting that. So, meaning, what the fuck? Like, you have transcended, shit, that says it all. And that's what knowing who you are is. And that's how it sets you free. But setting you free, even to transcend, when we even acknowledging these things, we are talking about like different planes and stages in life while we are living in this life. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why life and death is just in between birth and motherfucking death. This in between, that's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? And for you to transition, that's why they tell you to get your heart to be as light as a feather. That's you doing the work. You knowing who you are. You transcending. But if you're separating with matter, then at this point it matters. You know what I'm saying? You cannot transcend because your energy is not light enough. You're stuck in this reality. Then you're defining life with your senses only. That's why death, this life is bullshit. This life is this. Fuck humanity. Fuck that. I'm saying this and that and the third. You see what I'm saying? And again, when we're talking about growth too, it's subjective. We're talking about something that's taking place, that's an inner experience. You know what I'm saying? When people change, you change from the inside, bro. You never change from the outside. Well, at least if we're talking about true, I mean, if you're not faking, fakers do that shit from the. That's what your how do you call these motherfuckers? The shifters are those low vibrational, the ones who don't know who they are. That's why they always watch you, so they could mimic you. They don't have anything for who they are. Do you see what I'm saying? Because they're afraid of who they are. I'm saying they know they look ugly. Yeah, I know. I don't want to see me. I'm ugly. Yes, you are. And you know it too. It's like I'm trash. Oh my god, I'm trash. And then I'm gonna hurt other people because I'm trash. Hurting yourself. So to get back to that, so that in between now, it's, I mean, the in between that in between, there's other in betweens in between the in betweens. But anyway, what I'm truly saying, I'm trying to tell you is that's why, life is what you make it. You got to give meaning to your life. That's why I was telling you guys too in my last recording. I was saying, yo, Maya, yo, you good? You're a good person. You here? You're a bad person. You here? You know what I'm saying? Like you're a bullshit ass motherfucker. Yo, Maya take everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because it's truly you. Takes everybody. Fake ass niggas, real ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? You see everybody down here, man. Everybody's down here. You know what I'm saying? Maya's like, hey, niggas, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? But now it's us that got to give meanings to our lives. You know what I'm saying? That's why you create your boundaries. That's why you move a certain way. See, when you become the creator of your life, you know what I'm saying? Mind control. Now you in charge of your mind. You in charge of your emotion. You are creating your reality. You see what I'm saying? And that's what creating your reality is. You know what I'm saying? I'm creating my reality, which is this reality here. This is my reality. This is the shit I talk about. This is what I breathe. This is what I'm creating around me. Don't worry, you're invited. That's it. I'm saying, but not a lot of pollen, but a few are chosen though. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta pat you down at the door, baby. I'll pat you down like, oh no, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? You, okay, you cool. You good. All right, you stay. You know what I'm saying? You go. That's the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? We decide over here. We make the laws, motherfucker. You had it going on, so full of yourself. My God. So again, so the mystery of life, man, is to master, like for you to master death, you know what I'm saying? Mastering birth and death is to grow. Growth is the key to everything. The more you grow, the better you are. The better you make your environment, the smarter you are, the whatever the fuck you choose to get involved in. Do you see what I'm saying? And again, that's another law in itself. You want to be able to, that's what they tell you. You want to get, I mean, how you, like, they say, what the fuck? Like, what are you bringing to people's life? I'm serving. I am your servant. A loyal servant. You see what I'm saying? That's what I came here to do. That's what we're doing. See what I'm saying? Now this is being said in layers too. Now you know what I'm saying? Because not everybody's invited. Well, to the great listeners, you know what I'm saying? I salute you. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're not too stupid though. You know what I mean? But again, everything is in layers. But the bottom line is, then you understand the mystery of this life is to master birth and rebirth. But you can only do that by transformation, by you growing, by you meaning transitioning. When we say, when we no longer look at death as a stop, but a transformation, you're flowing right now. You water, baby. How does my man say be water? Shit, nigga. You shit. You swimming. Dive all in, baby. See, like that's why you have to embody the way to become matter free is to embrace matter, and that's the paradox. It's like what I'm saying. It's almost like if you want this, you got to do the opposite. You know what I'm saying? But again, it all comes down to you making yourself better, you attracting who you are, you whatever the fuck, you. So how can we talk about you? There's no fucking individuality in here. It's gotta be. But I'm only saying this because I know it already makes sense. But apparently there's something about individuality is not good. You got to be average. Like you got to be just one, like with everybody else. Who the fuck? What? Not even nature is like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, where did you get that from? You know what I'm saying? Where the fuck do you see that shit? You know what I'm saying? Even a twin, like, are fucking different. So the individuality exists everywhere around us. That's why everybody has their own fucking DNA. So when you don't know who you are, you bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? You literally trash. Like, how good are you if you're not useful? And that's what thieves do, man. That's why people are scamming. It reflects their personality. You know what I'm saying? Why are you trying to hide your hand, man? Let me see your hand. I'm saying, put your hands up, motherfucker. Jail time, motherfucker. Or should I say prison? Prison, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Hold your hands up. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. I'm saying. Oh my God. You don't even sin, huh, do you? I don't speak loud. I don't curse out. Oh my God. Oh my God. But anyway, when you're true to yourself, you cannot be false to nobody else. That's why becoming a people pleaser and being in alignment with yourself, they don't go hand in hand. That's why you don't follow the crowd. Anybody who's getting into who they are, you cannot. It's impossible. That's when you realize you cannot serve two masters. It's either I go with the creator, I go with the creatures. What are we doing? So I'm gonna leave it there again. You know, pretty much the mystery of life, or to master even birth and death, is it's to have that subjective understanding of what life is, because life in itself is not just the physical aspect. So the mystery of life in itself is birth and death. That transition is the constant growth. You know what I'm saying? We cannot have, what I'm saying, like there's no era that really stays forever. We see it all around us. Now we could talk about that era. You know what I'm saying? And again, and that's the beauty of it too. Because now there's something unique about that particular set and time in history. And that's the beauty too in, let's just say, if you want to call it a physical world. But then you're seeing, if you're looking at vibration the way I'm trying to portray it to you, then you're looking at events, things that are changing, that are taking place. Vibration. all around you. That's why, I'm saying, again, if there's no individuality, what I'm saying, the purpose to better serve your community, you got to be better yourself. So, meaning you would have to develop your individuality. And for you to develop your individuality, you have to transform. In other words, you have to die. That's why the wise man went through so many different deaths in his life. That's why these niggas always got story to tell. Trust me, I got a lot of stories, nigga. I'm saying, what? Man, we could talk for days because we transformed and there was lessons in it. And that's what the stories are pretty much all about. You know what I'm saying? And to give you that light too. Do you see what I'm saying? Well, it's giving sight to you that well, that's what mythology is. The sacred text is to for you to help. You know what I'm saying, help you to remember, to know who you are. So again, death. It's not just necessary. It's a must. Son, must die, baby. What they said, Romeo must die. Well, shit. Well, it is what it is. Well, but then Romeo will die. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's like it's taking place in life between, let's just say, the physical world, for lack of better terms. And that's how you are transcending while you are in this physical world. I just want you to picture it. So I'm using those different languages, but it's different vibration, pretty much. And now you have successfully transcended this reality by material by, by materializing, and this is crazy too, because you cannot ascend without making the words flesh. You see what I'm saying? Like a wise man have to become the knowledge, meaning he give light. He become the living knowledge. That's what being wise is. The living knowledge, meaning he's living his life based on that knowledge. That's why smart motherfuckers do what smart motherfuckers do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There's a certain way you move based on what you know. That's what they say, you know better, do better. Don't look at it from a knowledge perspective, but from a capacity or level of understanding. That's how what you know, that's what you're gonna do. Now you may have heard somebody says differently, but that's what you know. That's why you'll see people like if you go somewhere where there's many different food that's being served, you know what I'm saying? You may not give a fuck about them. You go for what you know. You see what I'm saying? But if you change your perspective, you know what I'm saying, a little outside of what you know, then you're expanding your knowing, your world. You know what I'm saying? That's what the work is, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what pretty much the shit is. But anyway, I'm gonna cut it there. It was definitely a pleasure having you guys in. So again, the mystery of life, pretty much for me to conclude, is the mastery of birth and death. It's pretty much it's to grow, constantly growing, and I'm gonna leave you there. Like shit.